Good morning, this is the Plumeria lady from outside of Los Angeles. I'm showing you today a couple of problems. This black tip, the base of it looks fine. It's right here, drying, not very nice. See that hole? You don't want that. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm actually going to cut it back about here. Make a nice flat flush cut so that water doesn't settle in there once you try and plant it and dry it. See that? These are going to be trimmed back. I want to show you again the tip of this. So with a nice clean garden knife, you want to cut this tip off. The rest of it is fine. You don't need that because it might rot the rest of the plant. Now here's another one. This is really sad. Here. What happened with this particular one, and you can really see how big it is. It goes all the way up there. It got mold inside there. We had a lot of rain, and this one happened to be sitting in a spot where the water did not drain off properly. In a garden planter, not in a pot. So, and this one is pretty big. You can see it. But now you can see the branches at the end. They are still, you can see they're squishy. These are going to be cut off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this right about here. So I'm going to end up with this piece here. And the same here. And I'll try and save this plant as best I can. Might not work. So these here really are problems. Here's this. It's peeling. It got sunburned. It was leaning on the roof. But it's still trying to hang on. You can see all of the green. So here you go. It's drying out, but again, they're not drying out the way I'd like. This one you can see it has a hole. I don't want any holes. Can you see that hole there? I don't want that. You don't want any chance for water or bugs to get into your plants. So I want to show you, for those of you that are new to Plumerias, this here is the inflow. And you can see it's branching out from the three, if you will, branches. So this here is where your flowers would come out of. So this would be the bouquet. So don't cut that off. But this one, even though you can see, sorry about that, even though you can see it's really, I don't like the way it's drying. It should be white instead of this brown. So I'm going to cut it back with a nice clean knife, and make sure every time you do a cut that you clean your tool with alcohol. So see, it's still growing. You can see that it's still green. It's still growing. See that there? So it could take over. Now, this one here, you can see it broke off. But I want to show you, it's been sitting for a while. Look at that. This plant is still taking off. So they're very hardy. Oh, sorry about that. Helicopter, little plane overhead. You can see that. Look at that. Even though this has been cut and is not in any water, or here is another one. See that? The main trunk of this particular one was not doing well. Cut it, but the plant itself, the little branches, are still holding on. And I would like to show you if I have one. I thought I did, but again, these here where your plant will flower. It's called the inflow. There you go, the inflow. So even though these plants were not doing well, these sections, you can see that they still are trying to fight for some life. There you go. Look at this one. See that? That's the inflow. And you can see they look like they're little branches coming out. And here's another one. So I want to show you here where it's coming. So hopefully, remember, look at your plants. This year we had a lot of rain, and some of the new cuttings, of course, did not do well. So I'll try to clean these up, let them dry out again. Again, just a reminder, you don't want this. And don't cut them back off of the mother tree with pruning shears. You want to cut them in a nice, with a saw or a nice sharp knife, and a clean one. Make sure that you sterilize your tool, or you're going to end up with something really you're not going to like. There you go. See the hole there? So I'm going to cut this back so that it's a nice, clean, brand new cut, and it doesn't dry like this. You don't want that. So happy planting, and I will see you in a couple of videos. Any questions? Just let me know. Have a great day, and again, happy planting.